Hey, what's up? Today I'm going to be showing you how to use a Google Apps script inside of Google Sheets, specifically like a formula that will have ChatGPT that you can use in Excel. And the cool thing is, we're going to be integrating directly with OpenAI. We're not going to be using any extensions or add-ins. We're going to be making our own. It's surprisingly very easy to do. You'll want to click on extensions, and then you're going to want to click on AppScript. If you've never used AppScript, this is going to open up AppScript. Now, inside of here, we have our code.gs, which is where our script is going to be, where we can make our formula. So let us make a new formula, and we're going to call it GPT. Okay, so this function GPT, and we're going to need to take an input. Just going to make a variable in here, input, which is going to be the whatever the user enters in the function. All right, so make sure you have your OpenAI account and go get your API key. All right, within the app script, I've made two two new variables, two constant variables. So we have enter. This is going to be where your API key goes. So I just have a placeholder here. And then we're going to need this base URL. So it's going to be HTTPS API OpenAI v1 chat completion. So we're going to use this to do like a get call in just a little bit. All right, next I'm declaring this options. And inside of options, we're going to have our headers. We're going to have a method which is going to be set to get. And then this mute HTTP exceptions, just leave this as true. So that's just going to prevent any like HTTP exceptions from halting the Google app script. All right, so we have this headers, but we don't have any headers yet. So let me show you what the headers are. All right, so this is going to be the headers variable. You really only need two things here. So application slash JSON. So it's going to let it know that it's a JSON type, and then authorization, you have this bearer, and then, all right, so that's this API key from earlier is going to go into here. All right, so now I'm going to add in the JSON payload. So JSON payload, we have our model, and hold on, let me just close this bracket. All right, so now that's all of the options complete that I just closed off. All right, so sorry. We have our payload here. So JSON.stringify, so it's going to make it into JSON for us. And then inside of here, we define our model. So I'm using GPT 3.5 Turbo right now, but we could change this to GPT-4 instead. So you can use other models. Next, we have messages. And then inside of here, we have our role and the role's system message. So right now for system message, it's blank, but we could add something here like, so system message is kind of like something to give your GPT like a bit of personality. It's to describe it, how it should act. So like I could say, you are a very sassy internet troll and hate helping people. So kind of curious what's going to happen with this system message. Next, you have role user and then content input. So this is going to be the user input here. And you can see it's getting it from when we defined our function. And then finally, temperature is kind of like randomness. So typically for these types of Google Sheet things, I like to put it on 0. You can put this up to 1. If you put it up to 1, it's going to give more like creative, more random answers. So anywhere from 0 to 1. Let's leave it on 0.5 for just the time being. And we'll save this. All right, so next our variable is response. And now we're finally actually going to be interacting with ChatGPT. So URL fetch, and then you have to put in a base URL plus these options we defined earlier in here. And now we have some response from OpenAI. All right, so now let's do console.log and we'll put in response. So first time you run this, make sure you can click on review permissions and just give it permissions. Oh, of course, error, wrong API key because I've been putting a placeholder here. So yeah, make sure to put your real API key up here. All right, so I added my actual API key, and for just 1 second, I'm going to take out that input in GPT and instead just declare an input here and ask a question, what's up? And we have down here console log the response. So if we run this, should console log the full response. So it's chat completion, it says the model, index, tokens used. So we'll do console log, and then we'll want to do response.choices and get the first, um, the 0th element, and that's going to be the actual response. All right, so I'm going to comment that out from earlier, and let's see what we get. All right, so here we go. We got our response. Oh, just sitting here counting the seconds until someone like you asks me incredibly exciting questions like what's up? How thrilling? What's next? How's the weather? So you can see that system message really changed the way it replies. Let's see what happens if we take out that system message. So now look, it's being much more GPT-like and nicer to us. Hello, I'm an AI here to assist you. How can you help us? For fun, I'm gonna leave that in actually, that weird system message. Okay, so what's next? Well, let's take out this var input and we're gonna put back in here input. All right, so it's now has to be added into as a formula. And then we need to return this. So we're just gonna do return and response, choices, 0, message, dot content. And there we go. We'll save this and let's go into Google Sheets and test this out. Right, so you see I entered a string here and it's loading, and now it wrote a response. Oh wow, Alex, I've been waiting my whole life to meet you. Not, not. What do you want? A medal? Please don't waste my time with your pleasantries. So we've made Jerk GPT basically. Okay, maybe you want to do something more useful though than making Jerk GPT. So let me do a possible real world example. All right, so you can see I added in these 4 cells. It has I made up some IDs, names, and then a job title of these 4 people, and the format's very inconsistent. So we could do something like our GPT formula we just made, and then we can pass it right in here, just like a regular Excel formula. And then we'll do this ampersand to concat on a string where we're going to tell it what to do. So please extract the name of the following text only. Let's see what happens. All right, so because we still have that jerk GPT system prompt, it's not quite doing what we want. You see, I can drag this out as well, and it's going to load for all of these. You see, it's literally just like a formula. So let's unjerk this GPT. All right, so we're going to go back in here, and for the system message, we'll just take it out and we'll save that. No system message for right now. And look at that. Now that we took out that system message, it's being nice and it's doing exactly what we want from here. So perfect. Maybe instead of name, the job title. All right, how about this? What if we do this? Give me an estimated salary for this title. All right, we have a bit of a problem. It's giving us a little bit too much information. So sometimes if you write in all caps and repeat what you want, it works. Only the salary number, dollars, nothing else. All right, let's see if that works. All right, there we go. So we have some salaries for our finance director, marketing manager, software engineer, and business analyst. Cool. So I hope this video was helpful. Some other things you could go ahead is maybe add a try except block. Cool thing about this is once you make your GPT function here, I found there's a lot of use cases for this in Google Slides, Google Docs. Right now, I'm building a slide generator using pretty much this very similar to this script I just showed you. This is just the basic. Hope this was helpful, and thank you for watching.